Welcome to Our Lady of Lourdes, our last in the series of our Lenten observances of the last words of Jesus. Tomorrow we begin the Holy Triduum, Holy Thursday, and Good Friday. We pull out all the stops for the Easter Vigil, and of course, the splendor of Easter Sunday begins very soon, less than 24 hours. But today I want to draw your attention to the words Jesus said, his final words upon the cross. In fact, today's is the very final words that we find and will appear in the Passion reading. Already we heard it on Palm Sunday, but we'll hear it again at our Good Friday service on Friday evening. And the words today draw your attention to the final words that Jesus said, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." Now just picture this, Jesus on the cross. The Marys were there, Mary, mother of Jesus, Mary Magdalene. The Apostle John were there. They were in earshot of this. They heard these words. Jesus had already been arrested, beaten, scourged, stripped, crown of thorns placed on his head, and then hung on a cross with nails in his hands and feet. Already been lanced by a spear. So these are the final moments of Jesus' life. But even in these final moments, you can see his entire life. You can see all that he was doing for this very moment. His final words were, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." But all through Jesus' life, Jesus commended his spirit to the Lord. The baptism in the Jordan River with John the Baptizer, all the way through all the travels through Judea, all the travels he did to the Dead Sea, the Sea of Galilee, all the travels that he did, he would take time off, get away from the apostles, go up on the mountainside, and pray. At the Last Supper, Jesus was very clear to say to the apostles, "Rejoice that I'm going to the Father. The Father is greater than I." We'll hear that tomorrow night, Holy Thursday. Then also we'll hear his words in the garden, when Jesus separates himself from the apostles. Okay, he takes two of the apostles off to the side, and he goes further into the garden, praying by himself. And that when he comes to his moment of realization, this was going to happen. Not only my will be done, but your will be done. So all through Jesus' life, he's been trusting in God, placing his hands in his life, everything about him, his ministry, all the apostles, into the hands of God. Now on Good Friday, we'll do the Passion reading, and always in the Catholic Church, in most Christian churches, but definitely in our church, when these words are said, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit," we stop. Pretty much everybody kneels down. And here at Our Lady of Lourdes, you'll hear Veronica chime the bell. Okay, a very deep sounding tone bell. I actually asked Veronica what tone number it was. Tone G. Okay? We'll strike that 3 times. And for myself, that's always been very chilly. It reminds me of back in the days of St. Margaret's Arch Abbey in Indiana, college seminary. With many guys from Richmond there, many guys from the Midwest, Northeast as well. When a monk, Benedictine monk, passes away, this is the day before cell phones, before internet, okay, before texting. The only way you knew that a monk passed away was the big bell, the largest bell in the Abbey towers, very deep tone bell. It would ring a number of years that the deceased monk took his vows and became a monk. And that's the first time you would hear it. The bell was the biggest and the loudest, and you would feel the vibrations anywhere on the campus. You would feel the vibrations, so you knew, okay, something was different. Even if you did not know what was going on our first year, you knew this was out of place, something was different happening here. And then on the day of the monk's burial, Again, the monks were processed out to the cemetery. The only time the monks would have their hoods up. They always wear hoods like Franciscans, but they would have it up for the funeral. And again, the bell would tone. It's a very deep tone. You would feel those vibrations throughout the whole complex, throughout the whole property. When I hear Gradia play those three tones, it reminds me of that. It also reminds me of how this Holy Week, and especially this Triduum, but also how this whole year, we really need to continue putting our hands in God's hands, put our lives in God's hands, especially with this coronavirus. You know, I don't know about yourself, but myself, you know, every day you get ready to deal with this. You get your masks, you get your Purell to wash your hands, you stay 6 feet away. You do all the smart things to be safe, and keep your family and friends safe, or your staff. But then, you gotta trust in God. Place your hands in His hands. Put your life in His hands. So this Easter, let's appreciate the glory of Christ's resurrection. But to this time period, let's make it holy now. To appreciate not just Holy Thursday, not just Good Friday, the tolling of those bells when we hear the Passion, but all that was for a purpose. And that is, we place our hands in God's hands. We celebrate the Easter celebration of the resurrection. Let's enjoy now. Thank you for listening to me. Hope you enjoyed this Lenten series. Take care now, and God bless you. Have a great, happy, safe